good camel. I'm just kidding. I'm in a car. I don't have a camel. Never really wanted to ride a camel, if I'm being honest. They just look weird. Good morning. How are you all doing? We're going into Gettysburg today. I'm not going to do the long drive around the battlefield that I normally do because I have a lot of things to do to prepare for this evening's first live streamed Ask a Gettysburg guide. I'm anticipating some kind of mess up, but you know, we're doing them live. A couple reasons. One is I needed to free up time for myself so that I can work on videos this summer. That's number one. Number two, I think we can get better audience engagement. That is our new thing. We changed our slogan to a podcast of the people, by the people, for the people. And so we have to include the people in that. And so if you're around tonight at 7, I hope you'll be able to watch. I hope you'll be able to call in and talk to the guide. We have Larry Korchik on tonight, and we are doing the Iron Brigade. So if you're an Iron Brigade fan, that's what we're talking about tonight. Of course, we have our pre-submitted questions from our patrons, and we've also, you know, hopefully we'll be taking your calls. And as Phil just did there, $10 or more super chats will make sure that your comments are read on the air. And the reason for that is your questions are read. So don't waste your money on a comment. Well, no, actually, go ahead. Waste the money on a comment. Yeah, I don't care. But if you have a question for the guide, we will read it when it's a super chat. Now, the thing is, super chats will disappear. No, actually, you know what? Go ahead. Do it at any point in the show. I was going to say, hold it till the end when we take the calls and read the questions. But I think super chats, as the conversation is going, might actually be the better way to go there. So go ahead and submit them, and those will be read. I can't monitor all of the comments, especially when people start having personal conversations in the chat. You know, how you been? Oh, I saw you the other day. You know, like, it's fine. I don't mind you doing that. Do it all you want. You know, it helps the engagement and the algorithm and all that crap. But I'm not going to be able to sift through all that and find a legitimate question. So it's got to stand out like the super chats do, as you can see. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Jean. Good morning, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. That's a new name. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. And thanks for joining us. All right, so we're heading into Gettysburg today. We've got sun back at home, but it looks like we're heading into a pretty nice looking cloud bank there. So maybe the weather is not so nice over Gettysburg, or maybe not. Maybe it's in between. We'll soon find out. The mountains off to my left are a little obscured by low-hanging clouds. So should be interesting. Let's see what we're going into. Hey Jim, 2 of the morning to you as well. James D says, good morning, Matt. My wife and I love the on-air chemistry you and Bethany have. Well, thank you, James. We do too. We do too. We have fun. Bethany, I've known Bethany. I didn't know that. Well, I shouldn't say I've known her, but I met her close to 20 years ago. Not exactly 20 years ago. Probably, oh, if I could do some math, I would say 17. And then I totally forgot. Apparently, I let her borrow a book, which was Jim Weeks's book about tourism in Gettysburg, or memorialization and tourism. And I didn't know that. And then I met her when I moved back here at some point. I forget how I met her again. And she reminded me that before. I don't know. I don't remember. But she was always fun and funny. And I teamed her up with Veronica to do That's What She Said. And then Veronica got a new job and couldn't do the show anymore. And so I said, well, Beth, you should take her today. You'd be good. And I think she is good. She's falling into it very well. I think Veronica and her were both fantastic. I was very lucky. Usually, first of all, it took me forever to be able to find Veronica, a female co-host who can really hang. And then to be able to find someone to swoop into her chair right away, who's just as good, is pretty lucky on my part. And you would think by now we'd be millionaires with that winning combination. Yeah, I know, Jim. You were saying top. I was just teasing you. Goose Morning Don. Good morning. Okay, there you go. You corrected yourself as well. But I'm looking forward to doing the live Ask a Guide tonight. That should be fun. Should be fun. Larry Korchik is a good guest to have on the show, and he loves the Iron Brigade, so I plan to learn a lot. Ty Webb says, 17 years you've known Bethany, an entire cicada cycle. Impressive milestone. Yeah, that's what we were saying. It's like, you realize when we met, the cicadas were going nuts, and they're going nuts again. Grant pipes up and he says, I like both Veronica and Bethany as co-hosts. They are great, but I'm not sure as to who you like more. You're such a dick. I like them both equally. I think it would be hilarious if I could get the two of them together with me. Like if Veronica ever has a day off on a Thursday and she could come in and join us. The thing is, her new job is, I haven't seen her in forever. And the few times that we've caught up with each other on phone or text, she's extremely busy. And then she and her mom seem to be going away or going to different events and things on weekends, so they're having a full life with their free time together, and I think that's good. So but I do miss them. It's funny how there are seasons of your life with people. People come in for a period of time and you see them a lot, spend a lot of time with them, you get really close, and then life, something happens, some external force happens, a job, whatever, marriage, whatever, and kids do it too, and it changes because now they don't have the time, or you don't have the time, and you don't see each other as much, and it's sad, actually. It's sad. Ty says he doesn't like them like that, though, Grant. No, I don't like them like that. Grant, it'd be wonderful to have Veronica and Eric back once for a reunion kind of episode. I don't think Eric would do it. I think the listeners liked Eric more than Eric liked doing the show. That's my sense. It's just a sense. But it would be fun to get the old gang back. Although, like I'm saying, when there's these people that come in these different seasons of your life, when time goes by and you don't see them or hear from them or they don't see or hear from you, and then you do see each other, it's almost like you have nothing to talk about. It's weird. And no, I'm not speaking about them specifically. I'm just like, I was talking about this the other day. I can't remember with who, but we got into one of these deep conversations, and we were talking about how, you know, people come in and out of your life, and, you know, they're an important part of it for a while, and you think, oh, we're going to be lifelong friends. And you are, in the sense that there's no animosity towards each other, you know, you just, life drifts you apart. But then when you do get together again, it's almost like you forget what it was that you had in common that made you so close in the first place. I remember I had that experience with somebody who I really got along with well in high school, and it was like, I don't know, we bumped into each other in our late 20s, and it was like we couldn't remember what the hell our repartee was. It was weird, awkward. Time is a great Culture Club song. I remember the song. I don't know the lyrics to know how it applies. I'm assuming you're saying it applies well to this conversation. Grant says, that's the one thing I missed with calling in. Talking to Eric before he left would have been fun. Yeah, oh, I think you guys, yeah, I think you would have had fun with Eric. Have you heard anything from Colby recently? Yes, Barbara, I have. Well, let's see, it was like 2 weeks ago, and they were under snow. And I was like, you're nuts. It's 75 degrees here now, and the leaves are budding. Now they're out, but they were budding at the time. So yeah, they're doing well. He's still at the academy. I think he'll be there for a while. He said that his roommate is this guy who does amazing sound effects with his mouth. And he and another guy are always pulling pranks on the captain, who walks around with this, like, it's not even really a cane. It's like some kind of like a baton with a, you know, like a silver head on it. He says it's very weird. Nobody likes him. Peter Zach says, I've luckily have recently reunited with friends I haven't seen in over 20 years. We haven't missed a beat. Both guys I serve. Well, that's the other thing, yeah. And then there's the ones where you don't see a long time, but when you do, it's like you saw them yesterday. Like, those are the real connections that you've had, you know. There's good time buddies. Those are the ones that are seasonal. And then there's the real friends, and those are the ones who you bump into later in life, and you pick up where you left off. Swagger stick, yeah. Michael Bozio says, does he have to deal with Lieutenant Proctor? He does. Yes. Well, he didn't say his name, but he said the captain's aide is just a real weenie. Will Colby be seen at the Blue Oil? I forgot that part. Colby is Hightower. Yeah, Colby kind of probably would be closer to Hightower, although he's short. He's not short, but he's a couple inches shorter than I am, and I'm 6'8". And we'll go straight here. I could take a couple more minutes. Yes, Michael Winslow is the guy who did the sound effect and play. Oh, wait a second. Colby was just telling me that it was all Police Academy stuff. Oh, man. He tricked me. I'm just gonna show you here. We've got a little. Oops, I don't know. Can you hear me? I just pulled the thing out of my. Damn it. I just thought that looked nice. It doesn't really translate. Can you still hear? I pulled the thing out of my. Okay, good. Okay. So it's 61 degrees today. A far cry from the 80-degree day we had not too long ago. But, this is what happens. This is spring. Welcome. Welcome to spring. We'll go this way. Top of the morning there, Zach. Grant says, Matt, you're 5'7". That's why you always wear shoes with big heels. That's true. And I put lifts in them on top of that. Ty says, are we sure he actually moved to Montana at this point? I've had my theories that he and Taylor just wanted to become hermits. And they said they were moving to Montana. And they're really still in their house here. Oh yeah, we sold it for some guy who's in his 40s, whatever. Yeah. They're probably still here, just being hermits. Ordering DoorDash, working from home. Wayne says, Peter, yeah, I think we're supposed to have that too. Not like solid, I don't think, but like storms coming in. I don't know. Apparently there's some weird weather system that kind of looks like a curvy W over the country, and we're the lucky ones. Pennsylvania, New York, New England, the whole Northeast, really. We're very lucky in that we are in the part that is full of rain. Yeah. Here's the peace light in all its glory. The view is very nice from up here, especially when there's clouds. Peter says, I blame cloud seeding with all this crap weather. Peter, I saw a thing about England. They passed a law that says that they're allowing whoever, scientists or whatever, to block the sun. Did you see that? What the hell is that about? And yeah, that led to a couple things about cloud seeding, and apparently they've had that since like Vietnam. They used it over there. I don't know. You hear all this stuff about microplastics. It's in the water, it's in our food, it's in the air. So like nothing you can do will save you from it. I almost don't want to eat. I don't want to drink, but I know I can't live very long if I do that. Zach says, long story short, when my lady and I first met, she booked a trip to Gettysburg for me. We stayed at the Herd Ridge Inn and had a great time. The dining situation there was amazing, in my opinion. What's your opinion on that place? And this was in 2019. I've never actually eaten in the fine dining part of the Her Tavern, so I was briefly, I don't know, it had to be like 2007, 2008. A friend of mine was a sign maker, and they had to drop off something there because that was one of their clients, I think. Or for whatever reason, I was there with them. I don't remember. And so it was just like literally in and out. And then that was it. I had never gone and eaten there. So I couldn't tell you. Haven't stayed there. Don't know anyone who has. So I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that place. Ty Webb, block the sun. Wasn't that Mr. Burns' plan from The Simpsons? Yeah, I know. Well, the funny thing is, like, all the stuff that was things that we used to laugh about over the last 50, 60 years are like real things now. And it makes you feel kind of tricked, like they were putting them out there as jokes because they're like, yeah, no, this really happens. Like, this is real. And it's just weird. It's a weird time. Weird time the last 5 years. Been very weird. Uh-oh. What's going on, Cha? Oh, I'm not gonna bother. We'll just turn around. No, Zach, it's not a tourist place. I mean, I know locals who go there for dinner, and then there's sharpshooters next door. So, I mean, I've been to sharpshooters recently. I'll keep my opinion on that to myself. But I have not eaten or stayed at the Her Tavern. But there are locals who go there. It's not just a tourist place. Have I reached out to Joseph Farrell yet? You'll have to remind me on what the hell that means, who that is, and how I would be able to reach out to him. I get a lot of things coming across my radar in a day, and I easily and quickly forget a lot. So remind me. Peter says, too many people are messing with everything. Yeah, I know. Yeah, what is that old saying? Like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just, some things just leave well enough alone, ladies and gentlemen. The Rialto. No, I vaguely remember you bringing that up. I'll be honest with you. If it's put in my hands to do, it's going to fall out of my hands very quickly and not get done. The thing you want to do, here's a helicopter. Okay. It's, just a typical day in Gettysburg. The thing you want to do, if you want him to come on the show, is you got to send an email, if you don't mind, to Dave at Addressing Gettysburg. If you have his contact info, then give it to Dave and he'll set it up. Otherwise, just send him an email and let him know the guy's name, the author, or the book that he wrote, and I guess who the publisher is if you don't have his contact info, and then Dave can find it, and then we'll do it. But I don't remember anything I talk about when I do these. I don't remember anything I talk about when I do any of the shows. as soon as it's out of my mouth, it's out of my mind and it's out of my life, and I move on. So yeah, that's why I have Dave, because Dave is actually my brain. My brain doesn't really work anymore. It's a shame. Dave Man, email, got it. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. All right. So thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you're going to join us tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what is that, Grant? That's like 23:04 p.m. On Saturday, Australia time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think you guys, and that wasn't even military time that I was using there. It's just, you just call it 23. I don't know. It's your time is very strange down there. Anyway, so you guys have yourselves a great day. Get those Iron Brigade questions formulating in your mind, and I hope to hear from you tonight when you call into the show, or you help us. Oh, yeah. It's not just a money grab. Like, we're spending money to do these shows now. Like, I'm feeding everybody, and that's going to add up. So I'm trying to just defray the costs, and if I can do that and make a couple of dollars for myself on top of that, that'd be great too. Myself being Addressing Gettysburg LLC, because we can certainly use that for things. Otherwise, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you next time.